Hey, hi. How's everybody doing? Uh, I want to take an opportunity to offer some of my experiences as a educator. More than 20 years in the trenches in New York City's high New York City high schools, junior high schools. Uh, I taught in George Washington High School, A. Philip Randolph, Martin Luther King High School, um, and there were several others. Eleanor Roosevelt on 182nd Street. But for more than 20 years, I was a school teacher. I taught history. I coached girls varsity basketball. I also uh, coached junior JV basketball. But mostly I was a history teacher and Spanish teacher. And the key to being a great educator was to understand that once you were on stage, you sort of become a great actor, because that's what great teachers are. All great teachers are great actors. You have to be able to convey an idea to the students and understand that your audience, though limited, is more or close to 20 to 30 people. And all of them, if you can convey the idea in such a way, they will be enraptured. They will be caught up in the moment, in the lessons. So you have to be able to plan ahead. Got to have your lesson plans prepared. And what happens with teachers is, I found when I worked in George Washington High School back in 1989, that the head of the department, he had a book of lessons that went back damn near back to the 1930s. And they relied on those lesson plans. And if you needed help, they were able to provide you with one of these lessons, and then you added to it. But basically, these things were in gestation. No, you have to labor. You have to keep it fresh. You have to be mindful of the terminology, the lingo, the vernacular that's going on, so that you can, again, convey a certain idea to bring forth the arc. Because you begin with you prompt the students by asking in the beginning, as a history teacher, a question that will get them going as far as thinking. And then you build on that. But then you as the teacher have to be able to bring it together and make it relevant to their own ideas and their own realities. Because what happened in 1865, if you can't make it clear to someone in 2005, then you haven't done your job. I remember that I taught not only limited English proficient students. At one time, I was thrown into a room with recently arrived students from Mexico and mostly the Dominican Republic. And in that room, I was forced to teach about 4 or 5 different subjects, because each of the groups of these students, I had like 24 students. And I had to separate them into groups because some of them were 40-50, 40-60, some were 60-40, some were 50-50, some were 80-20 as far as their knowledge of English and what you had to do to prepare them. And what's happening right now because of the COVID-19 pandemic is that what teachers and students are missing is what's called that face-to-face time. That ability for a teacher to walk around the room and spot the different needs for each student, because each student is a different organism. Each and everyone is a different island, and they're all in different levels of learning. I remember there was a time when we employed the efficacy system of teaching system. And in the efficacy system, I remember back in Joan of Arc, Miss Clara Garrett was the principal back then, back in 88, 89. And what we were teaching the kids was that in efficacy teaches kids that when you succeed, let's say you as an individual, and you come from a certain neighborhood, let's say our neighborhood, poor, impoverished, economically and educationally depressed, that people will pull you back. They called it the crabs in a bucket mentality. That when you try to achieve, when you try to get out that bucket, when you try to get out of your neighborhood, there'll be people that will call you out, call you names, call you a nerd, call you a geek, call you whatever. Try to test your manhood. And that is really hard. You know, if that's how you are, that what you want is to move ahead and do well educationally and be a success in that way. It's not easy because, again, there's that mentality. And I remember as a teacher, when one kid would do well on more than one test, the other ones will start getting pissed off. Hey, yo, what does he think? He's Poindexter? You know, so there was that level of derision, you know, that comes from being young. Kids don't like for someone to hog the spotlight. They want it for themselves. They're very selfish. That's what children are. But in order to be a great teacher, and I think I was a great teacher. I think that you'll find hundreds of former students that will attest to that I was a great teacher. Because the one thing I brought to the classroom was respect and commitment, excitement, joy. I enjoyed my job. I like telling stories about the Civil War and, you know, the different exploits of Harriet Tubman and other folks like that. So like, you bring it to life. Malcolm X, you know, Medgar Evers being shot down in front of his house as he's trying to come home to reunite with his family. Look how he broke down. And the man is able to walk around for years and years. And the law acts as if this is nothing. And he brags and brags. And eventually, after maybe 20, 30 years, he's finally broke down. These fools right now in Georgia, who in February, Huntley shot down Ahmaud Arbery. They say he was a threat, that he was robbing people in the community, that he was acting suspiciously or this. And now there's reports, that he was spotted in some camera, that he was going into people's backyards. Whatever he did, man, he didn't deserve to die in that fashion. It reminds me of some game, of a story I read, The Most Dangerous Game, where human beings are the prey and other humans are the predator. It's a mentality that's fostered by an environment that since 2016 has been stoked. The fires have been stoked by a divisive element who happens to be, by the way, the most important man on the face of the planet. And yet this man who wields this power and this influence, he decides that the best course of action is to praise all the strongmen of the world, the tyrants, the totalitarians, the Putins, the guy in the Philippines, Duterte, Bolsonaro in Brazil, and there's countless others I can't even name you because there are. It's about 15, 20 guys right now around the world who just love what Trump does. Because the thing about Trump, the man is a hog for attention. He loves the spotlight. Now, I do. I'm a ham too. I'm a hog for attention. I do. I'm not going to deny it, but I'm not running for president. You know what I mean? I'm just a guy. Look at this on YouTube, trying to create a channel, expand my audience, from the confines of this halfway house that I've been living in. I thought by now I'd be out of here because I had plans of leaving at the end of this month to go back to the Dominican Republic. I haven't been there in more than 20-something years. And now COVID-19 has even changed those plans. But the key to being a great teacher is that you must love your students, you must respect them, and you must have their concern first and foremost at heart. They are, in essence, and me, I'm a parent. I have 3 of my own with 2 different women, but they are your children. And what you want for your children is what you should want for your students. Now, if you don't have kids, I don't know if you can understand that then maybe you have nephews, you have cousins. What you want for those people, what's best for them is what you want for those kids. And don't freaking lie to them. Because that's one thing that young people do not appreciate is someone who is dishonest. You must maintain your integrity and your commitment will come through. No one has to, make promises to you and never kiss ass, man. Don't be kissing nobody's ass. That gets you no points. Because people will talk about you and they'll say it. In your face they'll say one thing, but once you leave, they'll be the first to say, yeah, he's a kiss ass. Yeah, in Spanish, we call it tumba polvo. Somebody that does that, un tumba polvo, always dusting you off. I don't like people like that because they'll never be sincere. You can never trust them. Tú no sabes. You can never trust these people that always constantly tell you, hey, tú si eres heavy. Oh, tú si eres un chamaco heavy. Tú eres un tigre tranquilo, mano. Nah, man. I don't like people doing any of that. English or Spanish. Somebody come up to, yo, baby, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you the best. No, man, I ain't the best. What is it you want from me? Huh? Because that's what you should really be thinking right away when somebody sidles next to you. What's up with this guy? What do you want, man? What's your story? So anyway, I could put music while we do this, but I figured we'll just have this moment here. We'll talk. My job is an educator. And I hope that if you need help, you'll reach out. Because I'll do this FaceTime, with anyone that needs help. If you're a college student, you need help writing papers. If you're in high school, you need help with a subject. I'll give you whatever I got here for free. Just call me. 347-932-7636. And if that's busy, you can call me at 347-360-4016. Martin Espinal. I'm the exotic. I'm the same guy. I'm also doing the Trump Chronicles. I'm also writing something about Sunny City and the tales and misadventures and foibles that Sunny City got himself involved in. To be honest, Sunny City will be having a birthday on Tuesday the 12th. Because Sunny City is a composite of my brother Chacho, who passed away, and myself, and maybe, but really me and him. So the Sunny City is me and him and stuff that we did growing up, but mostly him because he was really something else. I love my brother. I love my family. Happy Mother's Day. Feliz Día de las Madres a todas, mano. Todas las mujeres, concho. Dios la bendiga. Happy Mother's Day to all y'all out there, man. Honestly, y'all should, relish the opportunity. And remember one thing. It's not about just one day. Okay? It should be all the time. It doesn't happen like that. I'm sorry for those mothers whose children will not call, will not show up, will not even bother to acknowledge their existence. I don't know if you blame the mothers or if you blame the children, but at the end of the day, that's a sad situation, and we don't like it for anyone. Again, to be a great teacher, you must respect your students, show compassion, have compassion, come prepared, get into the subject, know your subject, and engage the students and try to get it out of them so that 45 minutes before you know it, they're like, oh, wait a minute, Mr. E, we're done? We're going to keep talking about that tomorrow, Mr. E? Yes, we will. You know, because history, education, being a teacher, it's a mission. It's a commitment with you, yourself, your preparation, your God, and what you want to put forth and how you feel about your community, yourself, and your family. It's a tall task. It's a lot to ask of any human. Look, right now, being a teacher is the hardest thing there is. They got to be so super prepared. Teachers are working harder now than ever before. Los maestros, señores, están trabajando mucho más ahora que nunca. Porque con esta vaina hay que prepararse mucho más. Everything got to be remote. Okay, everything, you got to be more prepared than ever before because of the COVID. So y'all better give it up to teachers. Teachers, man, los maestros, the essential workers, the health professionals, those who are out there. And there's too many knuckleheads walking around, man. No mask or nothing. It galls me. I'm not cool this how I know. It gets me mad, yo. I like to fight and stuff like that, but you can't get involved with that stuff no more. Plus, I'm 61 years old. I gotta stop talking like that. Until next time, man. I hope you watch. I hope you enjoy. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen to what it means. How do you become a great teacher? In a nutshell, love love the craft, love the students, and know your subject, and be a great actor, and be animated, and make it happen, and make the kids get involved. That's Teaching 101. Martin Espinal, the exile exhorter, from his lair. Not much here, but hey, estamos vivo. We're alive. God bless you. Stay strong, stay safe, stay healthy. And again, Feliz Dia de las Madres. Happy Mother's Day. To all y'all out there, across America, across the world, Assalamu alaikum, Mazel Tov, Aloha, Erin Go Bragh, and all those things. God bless you. Enjoy yourselves, and thank you for listening. Se me cuidan. Se me cuidan. Take care of yourselves.